heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kyusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. Now, in the last part, Deku, he was in a bit of a situation. It has been a year and a half after he discovered he has had children. Now, Deku, he spent time with them. He let them know who their father was. Now, Deku, he also quite literally built a home for them on Rogue's family farm. And Rogue currently is somewhere around 5 to 6 months pregnant. Now, Deku, he actually has been doing very well for himself. And right now, a lot's been going good for him. But there is the occasional problem. Now, people have tried to find the Hulk. They have tried to search around the area and they've heard tales of this man who he seems very strange and, well, private. And the individual, he lives on a farm in Kansas. Now, they have tried to track Deku using gamma, well, detectors. And the area, it has been detected multiple times, but Deku, he is quick to take out the threats that come after him. Now, Deku, he took care of Hawkeye whenever he came to try and potentially kill him. Now, Hawkeye had the fingers used to draw his bowstrings basically mangled and amputated. And Deku, he ripped his shield helicarrier out of the sky whenever S.H.I.E.L.D. sent this man after him. Now, S.H.I.E.L.D., they were quite alarmed by this, and it was unexpected to them. Captain America gave them what Deku said, his exact words, but they didn't think that he meant it quite literally, ripping their own ships out of the goddamn sky. Now, Deku, he's taken on many threats, and many of them, they are buried in the yard. Now, Deku, he actually has spent quite a lot of time out here. And right now, today, Deku, he currently is working on something. He has thought about getting back into the hero scene. Maybe try not being the Hulk this time. But that's something that he's not too sure about. I mean, technology, everything else, it all does seem good and fine. But that's where things get tricky. Deku turning a wrench as he currently is thinking. And right now Shuri, she actually is looking at a few designs before talking about something else. Deku bringing his hand up and using telekinesis to pull something that would be heavy to try and move physically. Now, Shuri, she has continued talking with Deku. And right now Deku, he is expressing to her what he's doing. Really? Yeah, it might take a minute, but all this stuff these guys have. I mean, they send out advanced sound technology. They send out fucking Hulkbuster type suits. And right now, while this stuff is a bit more jury-rigged, I'd say I'm doing fine. You are basing this off of Iron Man's technology, are you not? Sort of, but I'm also trying to make advancements and improvements. For example, anti-magnetic plating, also the ability for it to produce sound waves and actually help manipulate a few things, and stuff that can help my powers. Like, for example, there is a problem and issue with a metal helmet, especially with my telekinesis. But with my other powers, much can happen. So, you want to build a suit to be a hero, but you retired as the Hulk. It's just a way to tinker around, maybe. I mean, no one's going to try and fault me for flying around and using a suit of armor. Hell, they'll probably just think I'm one of the Iron Legion. Besides, a lot of this stuff, it's easy to do. Also, it passes time whenever I'm not trying to take care of the kids or, well, trying to not stress out. Besides, a lot of the other parts I'm making, they're going into home defense. A home defense system. Yeah, I mean, I've already thought about setting up perimeter alarms. I've already thought about setting up booby traps. But that would more than likely alert people here. And I really don't want the kids to step away too far and get hurt. Really. Yeah. And I actually have been meaning to talk to you about it, but that Wakandan ship, it has a very advanced tracking technology. Yes, it does. And I was curious. Any chance we can make it a radar? A radar? You want a radar on your property? Sort of. I mean, I've thought about building a panic room already. And that idea already, it's got quite a few precautions put into it. Really? Yes. Shuri, listen. I'm an inventor. My mind always needs to fill a gap somewhere. I I understand Izuku, but have you spoken with Jean? She's busy in New York. Many people are still trying to talk about everything going on with the mutants. Many, they're still afraid of us. And a lot of people, they have been very adamant as to where they stand. But, I mean, that's hard to talk about. I mean, what was his name? Mr. X? Yeah, that's the guy. I mean, apparently he burst into butterflies. What? Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, apparently somebody was trying to take out the mutants. They were trying to, well, more or less, cause an uprising. Make the mutants slash out and fight. Jean, she already told me their information. And I got my hands on them. Really? Yeah. They have the ability to make voodoo dolls. And right now, they're currently buried a few miles out in the Arizona desert. Wow. Yeah. I don't expect you to understand it, but it's quite simple. No one can find them, and no one's going to look for them where they are. Besides, this man's a very serious threat, so he had to go. Izuku, you're getting a little too used to murder, aren't you? Maybe, but I'm just doing what's necessary to protect people. And I've stopped trying to listen to advice people give me, what people try and tell me to do, and I've been good. I understand that. Yeah, I don't really see a problem with it. Deku going to put down his wrench. As right now, he actually is going to stand back up and step away. And Shuri's just going to swing back up, asking if he's done with the fine adjustments on that one. Yeah. What do you think about it, though? Well, it looks jury-rigged, that's for sure. I mean, a little bit. Some minor adjustments here and there, but I could use something else, I guess. Maybe. But how about we break for lunch? Sure. Now, Shuri does Godoki turn to Deku. And Deku, he has his own turn to her, as does Godoki bring his hands up. Her going to wrap her arms around Deku and around the back of his neck before asking him if he does have anything in mind that he would like to eat. And Deku just going to bring his hands up and into the small of her back, pulling her in and telling her that he doesn't really have anything in mind. But, I mean, there is still some of that food from last night. I mean, if the kids haven't already eaten the pizza, then hey, how about pizza? Now, Deku and Shuri would go to kiss. And after the two do go to walk away, their actions are Deku is going to close up the barn and walk back inside. And right now, everybody, they do go to relax. Now, we do currently have the Illuminati. The Illuminati, things have been heating up very badly for the hero community. After everybody's secrets were revealed, a few things happened, and the world, they are still trying to understand everything that's still going on. To the heroes, a lot of worlds were shattered, some were changed, and to a lot of people, things happened. Like, for example, Wolverine found out he had a son, and Wolverine, his actions then, were fucking bonkers. Now, that was what was concerning to them. Many people were confused about what to do with that. And there also is the fact that Spider-Man, apparently somebody else was bit by that spider. And then there's actually Captain America and Tony Stark. The two's friendship has somewhat been shattered, especially because of what happened with the Illuminati. Cap was initially involved in the making of it, and the people involved in exactly who make up the table of their people. And then he was kicked out. They stopped listening to a voice of reason when they needed to listen to reason. And then they wondered why things got bad. Now, the Illuminati do actually all stand there today. And right now they are all sitting down and talking. Right now the council of these 6 men, they are concerned. As Cactus started to talk, expressing to them that a shield helicarrier was pulled out of the sky a few days ago. And he does want to know if anybody, they may have any ideas to what this does mean. Now, Tony here actually going to continue, expressing how he actually had to try and help Clint Barton with his hands. The man, his fingers were mangled, and they sustained quite a lot of damage. Some of it is permanent. And right now, they do want to discuss much problems with the rest of them. Now, Black Bolts and Namor, they don't really say a word. However, there is actually T'Challa. T'Challa, he has brought it up before. He's brought up the fact that his sister, she has not been found. And Iron Man, he talks about how all the data pertaining to the Hulk was deleted. The same thing happened to the Wakandan system. So right now, his sister is out there looking for the Hulk. That is what he does think is currently happening. His sister has great respect for that man. But, well, an outsider. That is something that he is somewhat worried about. Shuri left with Wakandan technology, and right now she has vibranium. That is an issue. One, he would rather settle right here and now. Well, they could try to track their vibranium. T'Challa, he's sure that his sister won't do anything nefarious. I mean, she is smart. But then again, you do crazy things when you might be in love. Now, there actually is where Tony he does continue talking, expressing to all of them about what his concerns are. The last time they saw Izuku Midoriya, he broke into the Avengers Tower, and he did a whole matter of things. So, they want to know, what should they do if he ever pops up again? If another shield helicarrier gets ripped out of the air, or if anything else does happen like this. And right now Cappy does someone going to voice his own thoughts, expressing how Deku, he only did this because they sent Hawkeye after him. He made himself quite clear. And the fact is, Izuku, he did nothing for a year and a half. There's been no reports of the Hulk, no anything. Fact is, Izuku's been true to his word. He has officially retired. But he does still want privacy. Are they even going to try and think about that for a minute? Now, Tony, he actually is going to look directly at Cap. And right now he does got to tell him. Sadly, he doesn't believe that Izuku, he even does deserve that privacy. He hacked through his technology, and he looked at a few things he shouldn't have. And right now, there actually is where Tony is going to turn directly towards Doctor Strange. Ask him about exactly what's been going on with that other problem. And Cat is going to raise an eyebrow. As Strange, he does go stand and voice what Tony just mentioned. The problem that Tony was having was quite simple. He understands where his role does play, but right now, the Scarlet Witch, she might be a danger to a lot of people. And he does have his own concerns about her, especially with what his findings might exactly entail. Now, Cabby will go to listen, as right now we do actually have somewhere out in New York City. It is in the middle of the night, and right now a portal will gonna flash open and somebody that's gonna step out. Them smashing onto the ground before we're gonna look around and gonna climb up onto their feet. They're actually here. Now, another person gonna step out, and right now they are about to get ready. There are many problems that will happen soon, and many that need to be prevented. Now, the portal is going to close, and right now, there actually is over with Jean. Jean, she currently is standing right there in the Xavier Mansion, and she's been trying to scan for many, many things. Trying to scan for mutants, trying to scan for anybody who could be a mutant, and trying to at least look into a few things. Now, Jean is going to feel a hand on her shoulder, and right now she's going to jump and turn her head. Her with the cerebro mask, or, well, helmet still on. As Deku just stand there. Hey. Deku bring his hand up on her shoulder. Hey. I put John to bed. You did? Yeah. Deku going to turn back around at home. He's been missing his mom. I know, I'm sorry. Tell him I'll be home soon, okay? I get it. Listen, I gave him some ice cream earlier. I talked to him and told him exactly what mom's doing. And he knows what you're doing is important. How much did you give him? Not much, Jean. I know. Besides, I didn't want him to be up all night. Good. But how are things over there? They're fine. She'll try to ask me about you again. What did you say? I said nothing. I told them I haven't made contact with you in a while, and that you're just gone. Okay. Thanks. It's not an issue, Izuku, but what are they gonna do eventually? People might be trying to track me down, follow me, and right now I've been delving into a few people's minds. They've been trying to chase you, and they think following me is a good way to do it. When they finally do give up on me, though, I'll come home. You sure you don't want me to just to take them down? No, it's fine. I mean, I can change their minds, literally. Maybe their memories, but I don't know if they have psychic resistance. I mean, I know a few other things have happened, but I'm just gonna try and wait this out. But how is Rogue doing? You know how she's doing. She's been having weird cravings, and she's been kind of, well, what's the best way of saying it? Not cranky, but a little here and there. I mean, it's strange. Yeah, it is. But what about Kurt? What about him? I mean, what am I supposed to tell him? Jean, okay. Me and Rogue have already tried having that conversation. I mean, Kurt, he's a good friend of mine. And I'm not too sure what to even say to him. How about first off, hey, I'm dating your sister. Right. Yeah. Probably would be a good idea. But then again, what about Mystique? Right. You see, that's another issue I've had thought about before. I know that woman, she doesn't exactly see eye to eye with us on a lot of things, but she still does love Rogue. I get that, I get that. But I mean, Rogue, she's. Rogue, she's. Well, she doesn't have a good history with her mom. I know. Me and her talked about it before. Granted, it was over a bottle of wine, but she's got issues too. Don't we all? Yeah, that's fair, I guess. But are you sure you don't want to tell anybody else? Jean, I know Izuku, but I know Rogue's been antsy about it. I've seen how she acts. I've felt her emotions. I've read her mind. You went into her head? Without her asking? No, 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 no. Me and her were using telepathy. I just so happened to pick up on her emotions. Okay, okay. Listen. Maybe, okay? I'm I'm not sure. Maybe Jean, maybe Kirk can come around. And maybe Mystique, if she doesn't want to try and blow my head off. And oh God. I can't believe I'm even thinking about this. Maybe my cousin. I know she doesn't work with SHIELD anymore, but they might still keep tabs on her. Track her? Maybe. But are you sure? Yeah. Now, they can continue on. And right now they're actually a Cerebro. Cerebro, it gets hit with a massive recoil of energy. And right now Jean just feels psychic backlash. Dreki hit her in her head. And right now Deku, he was staying there as he felt this in his head. Him bringing his hands up to his head and still gonna fall down onto his knees. And right now Deku does go Dreki smash his body onto the table before he's breaking through it. And right now Deku, he doesn't just sit there on the ground with his hand up to his head. One hand on the ground as his body is shaking. Now, Deku, he directly does get to feel it. This energy, this power. Now, Deku, he is concerned, as right now he does hear Rogue shout asking if he's okay. And Deku, he does directly look up towards her, as right now he actually is going to turn and see John running out of a room. As the kid does try and ask if Dad's okay. Now, Deku, he does try to get back onto his feet. Him, very wobbly, but we're trying to tell his son that he's fine, and that Rogue shouldn't worry about that. Izuku, your nose. Deku bring his hand up to his head, and feeling blood. Now, Deku is going to walk over to the kitchen, and right now the personalities in his head, they're alarmed and confused. Right now there's an issue. That attack he felt from somewhere. That energy. No, no, no. That's strange. It shouldn't have done that. He felt like he was hit by lightning. Now, Deku, he actually is going to sit down in the living room with a tissue up to his nose. And right now, John, he's worried about his dad. And there actually is where Deku, he does turn his head. And he does see that a door is slightly peeked open, as Victor and John, the two are both somewhat sitting there trying to eavesdrop on the conversation. And Deku, he does look towards Rogue. Listen, whatever that was, God. Whatever that was, it wasn't good. I noticed that. I mean, Jesus. The table. Sorry. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm just worried. And the carpet. It's gonna be annoying to get the blood out of it. I'll deal with that in a minute. But Rogue, just I'm calm. I'm calm, okay? I'm just still freaking out. That was sudden. Right. Listen. I need to contact somebody. Maybe call someone. Okay, okay. Just, now. Deku is gonna try and reach out. As right now we do actually have in the Xavier Manor, where two people, they were chatting and spending some time together. Very personal time. As right now Kirk, he does gotta stop what he's doing, as he's Doki hear a voice in his head. Hey Kirk, Jesus dude! As right now he does Doki climb out of bed and ask him what the hell is he doing? And since when can he do this? Listen man, it's a long story. Is Jean okay? Jean's fine. Are you sure? I was chatting with her and I got psychic backlash. I don't know, she was in Cerebro and... Now, Kirk does go somewhat pop away. As right now he's downstairs, and right now, he actually is going to somewhat turn his head, looking directly at Jean. As right now she is somewhat just laying down, forwards into the machine, as he actually is going to bring his hands up. And he does try to get her safe to the infirmary. Now, Kirk would try to fill Deku in, as Deku, he is a bit more alarmed. And Kurt does try to talk to Deku, ask him a few questions, and trying to at least see if she is okay from here. And Deku, he does try to walk his friend through it. Now, Jean eventually does come to, and right now, there is a lot of things on her mind. Something is very, very wrong. Something is not right. The mutant population, it was only supposed to be 198. However, right now, it's not 198. It's higher. There are, what, 102 mutants on Earth. And it doesn't make sense. Why is that? Her powers, they felt a massive spike. This energy that hit her, it felt different. Not, well, new, but not new at the same time. What was it? Now, with that, there actually is Kurt. Kurt turning and telling Deku, as Deku is telling that he heard. Jean is talking to him. Kurt, he actually is trying to ask a few questions. Like, how the hell is Deku speaking to him? And Deku, he does at least tell him, while listening to Jean, a few things. Now, there actually is Kurt who does stand there, and Jean who does not go to sit there. As the two, they are staring at each other, and Jean is trying to understand exactly what the hell to do. 202 mutants. That number doesn't seem right. I mean, there's an issue there, right? Is she the power difference? That's shock. That's only ever happened a few times, but that usually does signal something quite significant. A very powerful mutant. Somebody on Earth is either around or they've manifested mutant powers. Is that what they do mean? I mean, this was random. It's almost like whenever people start losing their powers. It was there 1 second and gone the next. Now, Kurt, he does get to head back to his room. And right now, Deku, he is still talking to Kurt, as right now Kurt is going to sit down on his bed, and Kitty does go to bring up her hand directly on his back. Ask him if everything's okay. I'm fine. It's just, Jean found something strange. She did? Yeah, and, apparently Izuku's a telepath. Oh. That's... good? Yeah. It's weird. Hey, I'm still here. Oh, fuck. Did you happen to hear me? Listen, I get it, man. It's still strange and weird. Have you spoken to your sister in a minute? Not really, no. Uh, Things are strange between us. I mean, ever since we learned, we're related. Right, right. We tried to test everybody to see if they still had mutant genes, and We found out a lot. Listen, I get it. You and your sister, you guys are somewhat estranged. You don't really know each other a lot, and your mom is Mystique. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really talked to her in a minute. I mean, I think she might be hiding in Genosha, but I'm not sure. I know Jean can find her, and maybe you can too, but why are you bringing my mom into this? It's about Rogue. Hmm? What about her? Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. Just, she's pregnant. Uh, I'm. What? No. Kitty's gonna watch Kurt. Who does Ricky gonna stand back up and demand an answer? What the hell is he talking about? Kurt? Okay, listen. You're my best friend, and did you. What did you. Are you involved with this? I mean, yes. Izuku? What did you do? Um, listen. She's been wanting to tell you for a while. Tell me for a. This isn't new? It's not. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What the fuck, dude? Are you kidding me? Jesus, man. How long have you. I mean. Izuku? Yeah? I want to talk to you. In person. Right. Um, that might take a minute. Maybe, yeah. Come to New York. No. Deku, he does understand. And right now he does decide to make plans to go to New York, as right now there currently is two people walking around New York. They have decided to come back. And right now, a lot will be going on, as there actually is somebody else in the world who they do get to open their eyes. And right now, they do have their own concerns. They felt the sudden shift, the change, the decimation. And right now, they are angry. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.